John Santucci, you've learned other family members will be here by week's end.
Fair will continue. Sources have now told ABC News come Thursday, Ivanka Trump and Melania Trump will be in this hall. David, just in attendance, not speaking, but there to support Donald Trump, David.
Night 2 now almost complete. John, thank you. Rachel Scott on the floor. The energy on that floor, even when rivals took the stage to support Donald Trump.
Yes, David, and Lara Trump really underscoring the shift in tone that Republicans are hoping to convey at this Republican National Convention, and really solidifying the image that she hopes defines this campaign. The former president with his fists up after gunfire erupted after being grazed by that bullet, after he said the words fight, 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 the crowd here then erupting in those chants as well. Lara Trump saying this is not the speech that she planned to give. This was not the speech that she wrote. So much of her speech focused on that attempted assassination. We know the former president still in the works, revamping his remarks to focus more on unity, but after this divisive campaign, we'll have to see if that holds, David.
Thank you, Rachel. John, Carl, this is clearly a family affair.
Yeah, and the unity here that Trump saw and wanted and wants is the unity of Republicans in support of him. And you saw that with DeSantis and Nikki Haley after that bitter primary offering full-throated endorsements.
Nikki Haley, perhaps the headliner of the night, or making the most news, perhaps, as the rival who was in that primary the longest, Linsey, but who came here and said, make no mistake, I will vote for Trump. People don't always agree with him. I know some of them, she said, but then she went on to make it clear she's voting for Trump.
She had a gracious speech. You have to imagine that was probably what she planned from the beginning. But you have to imagine or wonder what some of these original scripts were after that reminder from Lara Trump that she had scrapped her original one. Still, we heard some fiery speeches tonight. They're saying that this is a more toned down, more civil discussion that they're having. I talked to Eric Trump today. He said that he, too, has changed his speech for Thursday. So we'll see what continues to progress over the next few days.
Eric Trump told you he changed his speech for Thursday. Donald Trump told John Carl yesterday the former president has changed his speech as well. Martha Redis, they are aiming to show a united Republican Party.
A united Republican Party, and everything they've talked about since this began is something that affects people. It's crime, it's grocery prices. That's what they want to talk about, and they're also still tapping into people's fears.
They're tapping into their fears. They're feeling at home, even with inflation numbers easing or federal crime stats coming down. Numbers are one thing. It's whether or not families feel it is the other, and that's the central challenge, Mary Bruce, for the Biden administration as they move forward with Joe Biden's campaign.
And tonight, David, the Biden campaign is arguing that while you heard a lot of sharp attacks against the president and his administration tonight, they say what you didn't hear was solutions. The speaker's not outlining or making clear what Donald Trump would do to address these pressing problems. And just now, in a statement sharing their final thoughts on the night, the Democratic National Committee with this parting jab, saying if Republicans wanted to focus on crime tonight, perhaps they should have brought up their nominee, a convicted felon, Donald Trump, to give his keynote address early. David.
Mary, thank you. We'll go to a live picture on the floor here of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance. This is the Republican ticket on night 2 of the convention. A prayer here to end out the night. J.D. Vance, the senator from Ohio, he's the big speaker tomorrow night, and we'll be here for that. ABC News coverage of the Republican National Convention, night 3, 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. We'll all be right here for you. We'll see you then. For many of you, your local news is coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.